Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm finally doing my ScrawlrBox November unboxing. I say finally, you're probably thinking, what? Here's the thing, Royal Mail is absolutely terrible at the moment. This finally came, it's like a week late. I've just got a package that was meant to be here 20 days ago, so it's all go, but it's finally here, and I'm really excited. And I'm in the ScrawlrBox Facebook group thing, and I have to just not go in there because of all the spoilers, so now I won't be spoiled anymore because I have it. And let's go. Also, before we even get into this, this is now my year's worth in a row. Those words, that was a terrible way of explaining it. I started my ScrawlrBox subscription in November last year, now it's November this year. I've had a year's worth of boxes, so I'm going to do a video going through every box a little bit. Maybe it'll come out in December, maybe in January. But just thought I'd let you know. Have a little bit of a box. So, things and stuff. Let's just dive straight in. So here we have the November zine. I'm going to put that to the side and then we'll look into it in a minute. We have the print. Boom, which is very nice. Lots of lines and colours. Here is information on that one. The artist's name. Oh, so it's probably meant to be that way around then. We also have, let's get the paper first. Oh, so we've got a Fabriano Sketchbook. That's very different. We haven't had a sketchbook in the ones that I've had so far. We've had pads of paper, but this being an actual sketchbook. Very interesting. It is 120 GSM, 12 sheets, ooh, 12 normal and 12 perforated, I think it says. So the first ones here don't have a perforation, and then you go to the back and it is perforated. So that's kind of cool, something a bit different. And that's all the bits and bobs. Let's get into the main juice. So this is the challenge. I'm just going to put it over here because I don't want to know yet until I look at it, everything. So let's just jump in to the sticker. So here we are, it is a sticker of the print we got, very nice. We have, oh there's stuff, oh let's go for the sweets first. So we have whatever this is, it looks like it could be toffee, it could be banana, it could be apricot. We'll soon find out when you look, but not right now. So we have Brunzil 6 colour fine liners / brush pens. Ah, so they're double-ended, very interesting. I'm guessing they're water based. But there we go, nice little set of colours. I'll show you. Oh, Venice edition, that's what it is. And then we also have, oh, hello, we'll get to you in a minute. We have 6 more colours, and this is the Tokyo edition. So we've got a bunch of different colours there. Very nice. And then the little slim guy that we didn't even know was there. We have a really little slim eraser. I've never seen an eraser that little. But that's good. It's very easy to just hide away somewhere, take away with you. And that, oh no, hello, that is not the box, there's still some other stuff in here. So we also have the Gold Faber 2B by Faber Castell. I've had this pencil before, it's a decent pencil. Gold Faber, I like Faber Castell. And then we also have, I think this is last but not least, if you'll focus please. We have the Faber Castell 0.1 Echo Pigment. So I've never seen this one before. The barrel's really weird. It goes really thin and then it goes chunky. So 0.1's quite small. Here we go. You can't see that at all. There we go. Tiny little doobrey. Oh, hello! That's not even the end. There's something else in here. Oh, we also have a white Posca. Nice. So highlights. Posca, this is the thinnest nib they do. So yeah, we've got a bunch of things today. I kept thinking that it was the end and then it wasn't the end. So let's just quickly look at this. So we have all the different colours here. These are $5.29 per set, so that's over a tenner. We also have the Poscas, obviously £3, £13. We've got the rubber, we've got the Faber Castell ink pen, we've got the pencil, we've got the sketchbook, so definitely getting your money's worth in here. And of course, creating calm. That is this month's challenge, which is nice. Seems as I wasn't calm about getting this box because it didn't come for a week and I was getting really annoyed. And now it's telling me to be calm. Very nice, very apt. So before I head on out for a second, let's just have a look through the Scrawler zine for November. So first of all, here's a page of all the bits and bobs on here. I will be swatching all these out and seeing what they're like. Oh, hello. It is Toffee Whirl. I was correct in my toffee assumption. We have the sit down with the artist. Here's some more of their work, very nice. I like this one. I like the mushrooms. I like mushrooms. They've got a good vibe. Maybe I'll do something with mushrooms. They're calming. We have some tips, some things to try, some tips, tricks, all that jazz. This is always the first thing I read whenever I get any of these. We have the Scrawler gallery for the September box. I do have a video up for my version of this September box, which I absolutely loved doing. And all of these pictures on here I love as well. Absolutely wonderful. Really great box that was. And then art therapy. Seems as we're trying to do calming things. So that is the November box. We do have quite a few things in here, which is always nice. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see all these colours swatched out on the paper. And then what can I do for calming? We shall see very soon. But before we see, I'm going to head on over to a message from one of our sponsors and then I shall be back with an image. Good times. Calm times. See you soon. Hi. What you doing under there? It's a box, so I'll get in it. Well, it's not even a box anymore. The back and the front is both open, but he likes it. Hello, lovely. Did you see the camera and want to come and say hello? Or did you see the box and you want to say hello? Hello, kitten. Bye. Box boy. Box boy. So yes, it is me again from the distant future, because it always takes me ages to do these voiceovers. It just seems like such an effort. But as you can see, here I am swatching everything out. Oh, let me tell you about this Posca. This was like the third time I tried to shake it up and press it out. It was just not having it. Obviously you can see it eventually did, but that took a long time to get. So these colours, I think these colours in the, what is it called, Brunzeal, whatever, I think they're really nice colours. They're a bit different. I did mostly end up choosing sort of the light colours for one image that I did. Spoiler alert, I did two final images. Yeah, I used the light colours for one and the darker colours for another one, mostly, rather than sticking with the Venice and the Tokyo separately. Oh, as I've just put down here, this grey is so nice. It's so light. I did have a little bit of trouble with that later on. I will talk to you when we get there, but I really love how light some of the light colours are, because a lot of the time in these sort of pens, you don't really get proper light colours. They're always really pigmented, which is obviously a good thing, but sometimes you just don't want that. So here we are adding a bit of water to some of them. Obviously they're water based, so I wanted to have a little go with putting a paintbrush on there and seeing what it looks like. The piece of paper that I'm using is just a bit of a Yupo paper that I had, so. And yeah, straight into the final images that I did. I did go with the mushrooms, like I mentioned earlier. I just think there's something just really fun and easy about drawing mushrooms, and they always look good, even though they're really easy to draw. Calming, one might say, hopefully, because that's the prompt. So yeah, I did a quick sketch out. I didn't film that because I was like, what's the point? You won't be able to see it anyway because it's too light. So I did a quick sketch out with the pencil and then just went over it with the liner. Talking about the liner though, to be fair, a lot of the time when you use liners, even if you wait for a while, they'll bleed when you put water on them or even just pens. But I thought this liner was pretty decent. I can't remember at any point thinking, oh no, it's smudged out. So that's always good, because I didn't really leave it that long between drawing it and colouring it in. So yeah, that's always nice. So I wanted to have a little bit of a different vibe on each side. On the left side I did a tree with some of the little mushies coming out, and on the right side I did more of a floor-based mushroom, if that's how you explain mushrooms. And in my head I wanted to do sort of darker colours on the left one and lighter colours on the right side. I did, as you will end up seeing a little bit later on, I did end up putting a little bit of dark colour on the right hand side because I felt it just didn't really give it much depth, just staying with the light ones. But here we are. I mentioned earlier the issues that I had with this light grey pen. So what I wanted to do is do both of the backgrounds in a wash using a paintbrush rather than just the colour. And this pen, I think it's because it's so light, but it just disappeared when I tried to use it with a paintbrush. So first of all, I cut this out of the video, but first of all I scribbled on a palette, like a porcelain palette, and tried to use that, and it just had no colour on it. And then I did again with the Yupo paper, scribbled on the Yupo paper, tried to pick it up with a paintbrush, and it just had no colour. So I figured it's probably so light that once you add water it just disappears. So I had to do this background with the actual brush nib. It's not too bad, it's a little bit streaky, but to be fair, you're going to get streaky with this sort of pen. So yeah, let's talk about that for a minute, because I feel like a lot of people, when they hear marker, they think alcohol marker. So if they use a water-based marker, they get annoyed, they think they don't know how to use it because it's streaky, because it leaves lines, because if you colour it on and accidentally go over the same bit a little bit, it will show that line up. But that's just how these work, and you just have to kind of work with it rather than against it. You're not going to get a flat colour, you're not going to be able to go over it too many times with different layers and adding colours and stuff. You can a little bit, but don't expect them to work like an alcohol marker, because they're not, and it just doesn't work like that. Something I didn't mention, the paper, it's really quite thin, but I thought it worked pretty well with the water, because as you can see on the left hand side, you can see kind of a little bit crumply where I used the water on the other side, but none of it's come through, so that's always nice. And yeah, here I am colouring in different bits and bobs, adding a darker pink that I thought I was going to leave on the other side. But yeah, I quite like this. I use sort of weird colours for this one. It's not necessarily realistic in any way, but that's not what we're after. We're after calm, and I was pretty calm doing it. I didn't have a specific aim of what I wanted for the image. Obviously I wanted a mushroom, but I really enjoyed doing this actually, because I wasn't too pressed about it looking amazing at the end. I didn't think it had to be perfect. I didn't mind if I went out the lines a bit, or if it was a bit scribbly, because it's going to be scribbly with these sort of markers. So yeah, I think I worked well with the creating calm words that we had to use. Yeah. Here I am finishing this one off. Oh, I will talk a little bit about the next one, because my my camera ran out of battery, so I missed a bit of it. But on the next one, I did the mushrooms. I used more of the paintbrush because it was darker colours, so I thought I could use more of the wash. I think I missed that out because my camera died, but I really enjoyed using the paintbrush with them. You can get a little bit more of a flat surface, but again, it is still a bit streaky because it dries quite quickly, even on the Yupo paper when I was picking it up with the paintbrush. So yeah, to be fair, this bit of the tree, obviously it's going to be streaky because you can't just do one big colour. But I thought it worked with the tree bark, because tree bark's meant to be all wibbly and wobbly and streaky and stuff, so it was all good. I think after this it just jumps to me doing the background because it died, so yeah, soz about that. But all in all, I pretty much enjoyed this box. It was a bit different. These sort of pens are ones that I can use for anything. You can use them in your journals or for writing anything. Obviously it's got the thinner nib, which I did use a few times. I don't know if I actually showed on here that I used them, but I did use the thinner lines. Especially on the bark, I went over it and gave it a few little barky lines. But yeah, quite enjoyed it. Here we go. There's my mist mushroom action there. But I quite like doing the background on this one. I did have to go over it quite a few times with the water because it dried really quickly and it was a bit streaky. But again, the paper looks thin, but I think it held up pretty well with the water. And yeah, quite liked doing this background. I feel like I'm sort of rambling now, but I do every time I do one of these videos, which is why it takes me so long to do the talky bit over it, because I always think, what am I saying? Words, that's it. Do they make sense? Ish. But yeah, I mentioned right at the beginning of the video about doing a video comparing the whole year's worth of ScrawlrBoxes. That's definitely not going to come out in November because I filmed this video a few weeks ago and it's only just coming out, so hopefully I'll get that done in January, and by that time I would have had the December box as well, so that will be quite interesting. I probably won't include it in the year's worth because it's not in the year, but yeah, here I am going over the last bit of the background on that. And yeah, let me know down below if you liked these pictures, if you think it goes with the creating calm. It's kind of an abstract prompt, so you can't really say whether it is or isn't worthy of the prompt. Yeah, just talking now, just saying words, so hopefully if you've got this far, thanks, because it's a struggle surely listening to this. But with me, when I'm watching art videos, I don't like it when they just have a music on, because I'm like, bro, I need to hear words, otherwise I'm just going to skip forward because I don't care about the music. So that's why I just chat absolute waffle all the way through. Oh yeah, another bit that I missed because my camera went off. I went around the edges with the darker pen just to make them a bit more defined. And even the edges around the edge, I thought it was quite calm because just didn't try and do a straight line. Purposefully had it a little bit scraggly, a little bit edgy. Last bit of Posca. Got to add a little bit of highlight here and there just to make it pop a bit. But yeah, yeah, like I said earlier, if you got this far, leave me a comment if you want. If you want, you can subscribe. I do art videos a little bit, mostly talk about books. But yeah, if you want to, it's up to you. Don't have to, all that jazz. And I feel like I've done my outro a little bit too early because I still haven't finished on the picture. So let's just watch that for another few seconds. Let's just leave ourselves hanging in this little awkward section of me already doing my outro but it not finishing. Oh yes, Posca, very interesting. Lines and lines and lines and lines and lines. If you get that reference, put it below. You probably have to be English because it's a very English show. So yeah, that was the ScrawlrBox December edition. I enjoyed it, I liked it. Do you like my images? Let me know down below, all that jazz. And write comments, subscribe if you want, do all that. And yeah, thanks for watching and bye.